You made my chair start to vibrate. Yeah! Feels good.
In the annals of children's television history, few networks have left as indelible a mark as Nickelodeon. For decades, it reigned supreme as the preeminent destination for young viewers seeking entertainment that was equal parts whimsical and irreverent. From beloved animated classics like Rugrats and SpongeBob SquarePants to iconic live-action sitcoms like Drake and Josh and iCarly, Nickelodeon held sway over the hearts and minds of millions of children around the world. However, recent events have cast a long shadow over Nickelodeon's storied legacy.
Nickelodeon was kid everything, and you better hope that your house had cable.
The release of the controversial documentary Quiet on Set has pulled back the curtain on the darker side of child stardom and exposed the alleged misconduct of one of the network's most prolific creators, Dan Schneider. As the revelations continue to reverberate across social media platforms, it's become increasingly clear that this is not merely a temporary setback for Nickelodeon, but a seismic shift that forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about the entertainment industry. As we delve into the complexities of Nickelodeon's journey, it's essential to reflect on the broader implications for children's entertainment and the responsibility we bear as consumers. Let us not merely passively consume content, but actively engage with it, advocating for accountability and ethical practices within the industry. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful discussions on the world of entertainment.
He shaped children's entertainment and culture.
Thank you for being here.
Working for Dan was like being in an abusive relationship.
The rise and fall of Nickelodeon. To understand Nickelodeon's decline, we must first revisit its meteoric rise to prominence. In the late 1970s and throughout the 1980s, Nickelodeon established itself as a pioneering force in children's television, offering a mix of educational programming and entertainment that set it apart from traditional Saturday morning cartoons. With shows like You Can't Do That on Television and Double Dare, Nickelodeon cultivated a loyal fan base and laid the groundwork for its future success. However, it was in the 90s and early 2000s that Nickelodeon truly came into its own. With the launch of iconic shows like Rugrats, Hey Arnold, and SpongeBob SquarePants, the network captured the zeitgeist of a generation and became synonymous with childhood bliss. Nickelodeon's programming was characterized by its irreverent humor, relatable characters, and groundbreaking animation, drawing in viewers of all ages and cementing its status as a cultural juggernaut. At the heart of Nickelodeon's success was its ability to tap into the collective consciousness of its audience. Unlike its competitors, Nickelodeon eschewed traditional norms and embraced a more edgy and irreverent approach to children's entertainment. By positioning itself as a network for kids by kids, Nickelodeon fostered a sense of community and camaraderie that resonated deeply with its audience. However, as the landscape of children's entertainment evolved, Nickelodeon faced mounting challenges. The rise of streaming services and digital platforms revolutionized how content was consumed, posing a significant threat to traditional cable networks like Nickelodeon. While the network attempted to adapt by launching its own streaming platform, Paramount+, the service struggled to gain traction due to its limited content library and clunky user interface. Moreover, Nickelodeon's over-reliance on a few key creators, most notably Dan Schneider, proved to be a double-edged sword. While Schneider's shows, including Drake and Josh, iCarly, and Victorious, enjoyed immense popularity, his departure from the network in 2018 left a creative void that Nickelodeon struggled to fill. The network's subsequent attempts to replicate Schneider's success fell flat, resulting in a dearth of compelling content and a loss of viewership. The network's misguided attempts to cater to a teenage demographic further exacerbated its woes. In an effort to emulate the success of Disney Channel's Hannah Montana, Nickelodeon underwent a rebranding in 2010, shedding its playful image in favor of a more polished and cool aesthetic. However, this shift alienated Nickelodeon's core audience, leading to a loss of authenticity and charm. A glimmer of hope. Despite its challenges, there are signs that Nickelodeon may be poised for a comeback. Recent rebranding efforts have sought to recapture the network's former glory with a renewed focus on creativity, nostalgia, and inclusivity. By embracing its roots and reconnecting with its audience, Nickelodeon has the potential to reclaim its status as a cultural powerhouse. The story of Nickelodeon's rise and fall is a cautionary tale for the entertainment industry. It serves as a reminder of the importance of adaptability, creativity, and staying true to one's brand identity. While Nickelodeon may have lost its way in recent years, there remains hope that it can once again become a beacon of imagination and joy for generations to come. Now, as we continue to reflect on the past, let's take a moment to hear from our sponsor. Expanding on Nickelodeon's rise. The success of Nickelodeon in the 90s and early 2000s can be attributed to several key factors. Firstly, the network's programming was innovative and daring, pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable for children's television. Shows like Ren and Stimpy and Rocko's Modern Life were irreverent, surreal, and appealed to both children and adults alike. Additionally, Nickelodeon's marketing strategy was ahead of its time. The network embraced the emerging digital landscape, launching websites, magazines, and interactive experiences that allowed fans to engage with their favorite shows in new and exciting ways. This sense of interactivity fostered a deep sense of connection between Nickelodeon and its audience, making the network feel like a friend rather than just a broadcaster. Furthermore, Nickelodeon's commitment to diversity and inclusivity set it apart from its competitors. The network featured characters from diverse backgrounds and tackled issues such as racism, sexism, and bullying in a way that was accessible to children. This commitment to social responsibility earned Nickelodeon the trust and loyalty of parents, further solidifying its position as a leader in children's entertainment. However, as the new millennium dawned, Nickelodeon faced increasing competition from both traditional networks and new digital platforms. The rise of Cartoon Network and Disney Channel posed a threat to Nickelodeon's dominance, as these networks began to attract viewers with their own slate of original programming. Additionally, the advent of streaming services like Netflix and Hulu provided viewers with endless options for entertainment, further fragmenting the television landscape. Expanding on Nickelodeon's decline. Nickelodeon's decline can be attributed to a combination of external pressures and internal missteps. Firstly, the rise of streaming services fundamentally changed the way that children consume media. Rather than tuning in to traditional television networks at scheduled times, children now have access to a vast library of content on demand, making it increasingly difficult for networks like Nickelodeon to compete. Additionally, Nickelodeon's reliance on a few key creators, most notably Dan Schneider, proved to be a liability. While Schneider's shows were undeniably popular, his departure from the network in 2018 left a creative void that Nickelodeon struggled to fill. The network's attempts to replicate Schneider's success with new talent fell flat, resulting in a string of mediocre shows that failed to capture the imagination of viewers. Furthermore, Nickelodeon's misguided attempts to appeal to a teenage demographic alienated its core audience of children. The network's rebranding in 2010, which aimed to make Nickelodeon cooler and more grown-up back. As we examine the consequences of Nickelodeon's ill-fated rebranding efforts, let us advocate for a return to the network's roots. Let us celebrate the unique identity and spirit that made Nickelodeon a beloved fixture in the hearts of millions of children worldwide. If you're enjoying this video, Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking analyses and discussions.